Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to another class. So in our previous class, we were able to build our hero section and then our moving test. We are able to work with that, alright? And I believe we understand. So according to our final project, the next phase or the next section we are going to build is about us section. So this is about us section, starting from here with the picture and our mission, and then it ends here at donate and become a member. So that is where we want to work on right now. So we want to set up the HTML for about us section ready, and then from there we move on to styling it up in our next video. Alright, so let's come back to our Visual Studio Code. I believe you can all see my screen. So and then we have a comment. We've commented each section out so that our work can be very easy. Alright, so let's get started. Now, the first thing you have to do is we said about us section. So which means we are going to create a section first. So we are working with the section. Let's create a section, and then immediately we create a section, we have what? We give it class. The first class we want to give is section. Now actually section is one that set the width for the whole website, though I will explain further on. And then after the section, the next thing is id about that is the id. So inside this section is where all our about us code is going to reside. I hope you understand. All right, now according to the finished work, the first thing we are going to be working with in our about us is what is our heading. We have heading tag, which is the first thing, which is the title for about us. So we can see, or we can have inside it our section. We can now have title, 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 title. We can have title, comment it out. So inside the title, what do we have? We have h2, right? But we want to create a div class for the title, so we have a div class. So that is where our title will be. That's where our title will be. And then we want to have a class for it. We call it section title. Class section title. The reason why we call it section title and not about us title is that this section title is what we are going to use across every other sections, because their properties is what is the same. We don't have to repeat everything one by one and line by line anymore. So that is why I name it section title instead of about us title. Alright, so inside this section title, what do we have now? H1, which is our what? Our title, which is our title. And what is our title? We have about us, now we can see that in the finished work, in our finished work, we see that us is having another color entirely. To achieve that, we have to use what we call span. Then we wrap us inside the span. I believe we are all getting it. We wrap it inside the span, then that will give it the span color. Alright, now let's check it and let's see what we have done. Let's check our progress. Can we see anything? No, we can't see anything. So what's happening? Why is it not working? Let's check it. Let's check our code. Why is it not working? About the section, why is it not working? Let's allow it to load. Okay, let's cancel this one away and let's start working with the new loaded one. Alright, we can see about those. You can ask, how does it have this color, and how does it look like exactly like our finished work? The reason is because I've set some default styling for this h2 and span. Let's go back to our CSS and see what I'm talking about. Now you can see span. I already have the color for the span, and then text transform is what? Uppercase. That is why it has changed to uppercase. And then in my global style. I've already given what our H2 is own style. Can you see? And then I said the text should be what uppercase, and that is why it takes the property immediately. It takes the property immediately. All right. Okay. I believe you understand right now how it is having those color, how it's changed to uppercase. I believe we understand right now. All right. Okay, so this is we've created a div class for the title. So let's end the title, end of title, end of title. Let's say end of title, end of title. Let's comment it so we know that we are done with what with title section. With title rather, not section. All right, now after title, let's go back to our finished work. What is the next thing so that we know what we are working on? You see that we have two columns inside the about us. The first column is contain was only image, and while the second column contain what our mission and the buttons, our donate and what become a member button. All right. Okay, so I believe you can see that. So we are going to create a section here. So inside the section we are going to have two columns which are going to be div, right? Okay, now let's get on with it. So let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. All right. So let's create a section. Yeah, let's create it. No, let's create a div class rather. A div. Let's create a div. Okay. Inside this div, we are going to have a class. And then what is the class I want to give it? Section center. We want it to be at the center. Section center. Section center. That's what we want to give it. Don't worry, I will explain by time. I will explain as we are working. So we have section center, and then we want to have what about center, about center. All right. So inside this div, that is where our two content for our about is going to stay, which is the photo of the picture and then our mission statement. All right. So let's create the first one, which is let's create an image wrapper. Image about let's call it about us image wrapper. About us image wrapper. We just name it about us image wrapper. Let's comment it. All right. So here is where our image is going to stay. So let's create a div class for the image. Let's create a div class for the image, and let's give it a class name. Let's call it about image. Image is img. I believe we all know that. All right. So let's use our image element tag. I believe we all know this. Then let's go into the directory. We have our images. Inside the images, let's pick which of the images is exactly the same thing. You can be checking through it, but I think it's image 6. Okay. So assuming the image is not showing up, maybe something happened. Let's display something to the user about us image rather. All right, let's save it and check it if it show in our finished work. Let's check it if it show. Wow, we can all see the picture. We have our picture, our image has shown. I believe we can all achieve this. Wow, congratulations. This is nice. We are doing well. So we can see the image. Even in bigger screen. You can see the image that is very big. We are not done working. So we are still on it. All right. Okay. I believe we are all with me. So let's continue. We are done with our image div. Yes, image div. Now let's leave our image div and then create another about us info. That is for the words for our mission statement. I mean this is the side we are working on right now. Let me show us where we are working on right now. Our mission, that is where we are working on. So we call it about us info. So let's create a div class for that. All right, and give it a class name. What is the class name? About us info. About us dash info. All right. Okay. So inside this about us info, we are going to have our h3, 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 and then we are going to give it a class of that is the title. That is the title. We are going to about us. We are going to give it about us info 8 or info title. So we give it about us info title, which is what our mission, our mission. All right, let's save it and see if it's showing. Let's leave it and see if it's showing. Let's go and check it. Alright, we can see it. Our mission, we can see it is showing. It's showing. Wow, that is very nice. It's showing. We can see our mission. Alright, it's showing. Alright, okay then, so let's continue. So after our mission, which is the what about us info title, the next thing we have is what our paragraph, which is our text. Let's give the class our paragraph class. Let's just give it what about. So inside that we have some information right there. So let's copy the information from our finish or this thing. We have heroine's mission is so we copy this. Let's paste it inside our what inside our work. Let's paste it there. Okay, we just paste it here right now. Oh, okay, we just paste it here right now. So we pasted the information. Let's save it and check our what our website if it's already there. Alright, we can all see that we have it right here. Okay, we've not styled it, that's why it's looking like this, so don't worry. By the time you get to CSS, we are going to style it even for mobile, desktop and everything. Alright, so this is it. Alright, okay, I believe we are on the same page. So the next thing we want to be working on is actually what the buttons. We have donate and become a member buttons. So let's create the buttons. So after paragraph, we have our button. So we all know how we create button. You know that we all know that. I believe we all know that by now. So let's just use hashtag about for now. About, and then let's give it a class. Let's give it button a class, and then let's name it btn body. Let's name it btn body. We've not created that, so we have what donate. That is the first button. Alright, so let's just copy the first button and paste it in the second one. Paste it again, and yeah. Alright, so let's name it become a member. That's what we're going to give it. Become a member. Become a member. Alright, save it. Let's go and see it if it's showing. Alright, let's see. Wow, we can see it. I believe we can see it. Now you'll be asking me, why is the button already styled? Why is it already button? Yes, the reason why is that btn body, I've already styled it in our CSS. Let's go to btn body. I've already done what I want to do with btn body. Alright, we can see btn body right now. We have btn body. This is the class I called. I've already given it background color. I've given it an over color that if I put mouse on it, change to another color, that is over. So I've given it already btn body. I've set up the style for it, and that is why the button has already worked. That's why the button showed up immediately, as you can see. Alright, and then I don't think we have to worry about it because it's already in the files I sent also. Alright, the reason why we do that so that we can be fast with our project. Okay, so that is that. Now let's go ahead and style our about us in CSS, and that is what we are going to do in our next class. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, guys. See you in our next class.